In today's video, I'm going to give you a really simple tip to make sure you don't rock back into your heels, whipping that club behind you that we see with so many amateur golfers in their takeaway. This is a great drill if this is a fault of yours. Make sure you stay tuned. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. Today's video is a real simple one. I'm going to share with you a quick tip that could improve your first takeaway movement. A fault I see with many amateur golfers is their pressure moving back into their trail heel, so their trail side, the side that's furthest away from the target. So for me, that'd be my right heel, and the club working too much in around their body. That tends to cause the club face to open, which can obviously have some terrible results on where the ball's going. The other thing it tends to do, when the club goes around our body, we know we're going to end up with an incredibly short swing. So what the majority of golfers do is then lift to the top. And also, when we get that club working too much in around our body, there's often that equal opposite reaction where, because the club's gone around our body too much on the way back, we see this steepening on the downswing. So we tend to see the club coming in around our body, pressure into our heel, often the face opening, a lifting movement to the top, and often the out to in movement. Now I've seen all of those occur from this first movement. And I'm going to demonstrate this drill, this exercise with a driver, but this is relevant with any golf club. I taught a very good player for a number of years who really had success with this drill and would take it to the course. We meant it as a practice exercise, but he found that when he was struggling on the course, it really helped him because we saw a lot of those same things for him. He tended to work that club too much behind him. And what we simply did was an exercise where in setup, we actually lifted the heels off the floor, just a fraction, so the heels are up in the air, and that stopped that club working behind him. Because if the club was working too much behind him, and I'll work a little bit more down line here, if the club was working a bit too much around him, his heel, especially his trail heel, would touch the floor. So whether you do both heels up in the air or whether you just lift that trail heel that I'm going to do today, it's in setup, and all I'm asking you to do is lift that heel up in the air just a fraction to help keep that club in front of you. Now you can still allow that leg to straighten, you can still allow that hip to turn, but my heel isn't touching the ground. Whereas if I get that club working too much behind me, I've got no choice but to actually get that heel to touch. Let me see if I can go ahead and hit one with that right heel up in the air, just to keep that club more in front of me rather than that club coming behind me and getting in and open. So heels up, and then go ahead and hit one. So it's a strange sensation if you've never done it before, but it's going to really help you keep that club that little bit more in front of you. If you don't like doing that once you're then out onto the golf course, rehearse that takeaway movement a couple of times and just be aware where your pressure is. Now I want it to be quite equal through the trail foot at setup and in the backswing, so the pressure's shifting towards our trail side, but we want it to be even from heel to toe. This exercise is obviously keeping it more towards the toes because it's the opposite of your fault, and often we see that fault where the pressure goes back into the heels. So if I hit a normal one, I'm just going to rehearse that takeaway move and just get the sensation the club is more in front of me and my pressure is more even. That exercise has helped me feel. So that really gave me the sensation. I knew where my pressure was. Once you've done enough of those drills with the heel up in the air, as I said, it might be something you revert back to on the course if you're struggling. But if it is a fault of yours, and I see it very often, that club working in behind you in that takeaway movement, we would like the club in that first takeaway move, either the shaft parallel with your feet line or the club outside your hand. So if you get that club working behind your body too much, it becomes a real issue then on the rest of the backswing and the downswing movement. This exercise really could help you. If this video has helped, make sure you hit the thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel as well to never miss a video again. Cheers guys, we'll see you soon.